Hi, everyone. Come on in the building. I am not on camera today, y'all. Okay. Um, if you want to see my face, join the Patreon community and book one-on-one sessions with me. Join the Pussy Portal Temple. You'll see my beautiful face. Okay, my loves. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Make sure you put a like on the video. This is gonna be a discussion. This is gonna be a little bit of a discussion, okay? Um, and I'm not too sure how it's gonna flow. It's just something that came in yesterday, and I'm like, let me just go on live today. Let me just talk about it really quick, okay? I'll probably be sharing some announcements afterwards. Hey y'all, coming in the building. How you doing? How you feeling? Leave a comment. Let me know that you in here with me, okay? So yeah, I'll give you some announcements afterwards, but let's just get into this message. All right. So I did a live stream a few days ago, message from, the cosmic womb. Um, just some downloads and some energies and some things that wanted to be said. So if you have not watched, hey y'all, if you have not watched the live stream I just did, make sure you go and watch it after this one, okay? Because it's tied into this one. And this may also be like a follow-up. I'm not sure. We'll see what flows out. All right. So if you saw the cover art, it literally says hop off my clit. And as I'm typing it, I'm cracking up because I find the humor in life. And I just thought it was a fitting quote. I thought it was a fitting quote, hop off my clit, and the divine feminine to Roe versus Wade. Why are you so obsessed with me? So that is the energy that we're going to be speaking on today. And then whatever flows through, I may have to change the title depending on what the divine wants to be said in this live stream. Okay. But anyway, so in light of the situation that happened, when was this? Like last week or two of, the court decision with, abortions and pro-life, pro-choice, all of that stuff. There's a lot of different emotions going on right now in the collective. Like it's big. Many of you perceive it. Many of you feel what you're feeling right now, whatever side that you're on. If you're on any side at all, many of us are really indifferent. But let's just talk about it for a sec, okay? So there's always been, and y'all who have been watching me for years, we talked about this. There's always been this fascination, this obsession, this fight for ownership over woman. Okay? She has been a hot commodity since she touched down. Okay? Since she ever became who she is, there's been this fascination with obtaining her. Okay? Listen, to be a woman is more exclusive than gas, oil, diamonds, silver, gold. Can we just talk about that for a second? Like, you are more valuable than silver and gold, than dollars, than euros and yen. Okay, if you were born out here as a woman in a woman vessel, okay, straight out the womb, you came out as a woman, you're more valuable than anything on this planet. Let's just be clear. And how do we know that? Because of the decisions that have been made throughout history, throughout her story. We know that. We have evidence of that all throughout the land, within our families, within our societies, within our schools. It's always been about woman. And so you have to ask yourself, what's so special about woman that decisions are being made for her on her behalf without her consent, without her involvement? Like, how is it that she is considered an asset on paper when it comes to marrying her? But in the minds of certain individuals, she's just literally a commodity, a thing, a toy, a plaything, right? These are just questions from the conscious people today, right? We're just wondering. We're just going to throw them out there. But with all of that going on, there's always this divine invitation for you as a woman and as a man to honor who woman is, what she brings to the table, because she brings a lot. And if she didn't bring a lot, there wouldn't be laws and mandates and shifts within consciousness to either obtain her or to accommodate her. A lot of the things that are going on right now are actually in service of the liberation of woman. Even with this court decision, Roe versus Wade, it's the same thing. If we zoom out, like I said on my last live stream, we zoom out and we look at it from a higher consciousness, we're seeing how the goddess and the divine is making it so women are more respected and valued. It's also an invitation for women to step up. It's like, oh, well, you don't like decisions being made on your behalf. Okay, well, you had the call over your life to be in law anyway. You see how it go? Like, you had the call over your life to be, a naturopathic doctor or a doula or a midwife anyway, where your consciousness, your vibration, your influence would make a major difference. So it's like, that's where we are right now. When I feel into the collective, I sense a lot of my cosmic wombs out there, those of us who are connected to a grid of sorts of consciousness all across the galaxy, all across the planet. When I tap in and I feel y'all, I feel this anger, but I also feel this passion and like this ambition to rise, to be who you have always been called to be. And that's how I like to view this time and space. I invite all of y'all, if it feels good to you, to take on this type of thought process. Like, oh, well, this is just an invitation for me to step into the leadership position that I was born to operate in. It's my birthright to lead in this way because I see a lot of injustices, or I know that my experiences from a soul level and from the physical level will help me elevate the collective, right? So I feel that with many of y'all out there. When I tap into the collective, I even feel the men. I was saying this before. And on this platform, we don't bash our men on this platform. We honor them greatly, just like we honor our women, right? When I tap into the men, most men, maybe I shouldn't say most, but some men feel exactly, they're on our team. Those who are conscious, who have risen into their own divinity, their own self-love, self-mastery journey, they understand the climate that we're in. Now let's go to the flip side, because there's always like the flip side, right? There's always the other end of the spectrum. You have some people who are making this kind of like a demeaning thing where they're using it to solidify how they feel about women anyway. They don't really feel too cool about women anyway. So it's like, well, this time is their time to shine and be like, well, I told y'all should have kept y'all legs closed and all that. You have a lot of that, y'all. You do. Even with the women, you have a lot of that. I've noticed that it's women who are really rooted in the masculine energy that come off in that way. Women who are more aligned with the divine feminine see it differently. And again, there's another group of people who are indifferent to the laws of this matrix because they don't apply to you anyway. So, I mean, pick what side you're on, but do it from an elevated consciousness. Don't attach yourself. We say this all the time. Don't attach yourself to a lot of the things that are going on down here. Be mindful. Yes, things that happen here matter, but don't attach yourself and become angry and bent out of shape. Because if you recall, so many other things took place during that court decision. So many things. We had shootings, we had mass deaths, we had, the hitmans are out alive and well. All of that has been going on behind the scenes. A lot of stuff has been going on in the entertainment and the music industry during this time. Don't allow your energy and your magic, your power to be siphoned from you when really it should be invested in elevating yourself spiritually, physically, financially. We're all on our journeys in different ways, different starting points as well. But I do just want to say that to not be too invested and too attached. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Come on in. So now let's get into this type of like obsession energy, right? Because I touched on it just for a second in the beginning, but people are obsessed with woman, okay? Obsessed with her since the beginning of time. Obsessed with her divinity, obsessed with her sacredness, her magic, her ability to create effortlessly, her ability to bring forth life, which was happening without a man for a long time. Women procreated on their own for a long time. And I really feel like some of them still do, but modern medicine isn't going to admit that this lady made her own baby. You know what I mean? Like, I feel that there are women out there who are absolutely still able to do that. Okay. That may be another video. Been obsessed with her body, been obsessed with her sex, like her sexuality, her sensual energy. There's been this like OD mental illness level obsession with woman. Even now I feel it. And we talked about this over at least the past year and a half, how many of you have been stalked. Some of y'all being stalked right now. How do I know? Many of you are my clients, my mentees. Hey, Elisamba, how you doing, love? Good to see you. Some of y'all have been stalked your whole life. Some of y'all been stalked since childhood. You know what I mean? And like I said, many of y'all are my clients and my mentees, and we're soul tribe, we're soul family. Y'all tell me. I perceive it in the collective. Many people are being monitored and watched right now because they're fucking obsessed with you. Okay? And so now we're moving into this season of, well, the divine feminine has already risen, but you're seeing like the physical manifestation of that. This obsession is going to intensify. Okay? You're gonna see it. Some of you, your ex acting crazy. Some of y'all, you being stalked by somebody you never even dated before. Never. Okay? They missed out on an opportunity with you, but they stalk you obsessively. And I do always make it clear, many of you are in the public eye anyway who watch this platform. You already have your channel, or you post on social media, or your community knows you and loves you. So I'm not talking about people who are inspired by your work and your teaching. Those I don't consider stalkers at all. I consider those soul tribe. Those people are soul tribe. They're meant to align with you and learn something and teach you something. Stalkers are literally energy vampires who are obsessed with your energy, your looks, your body. They'll do anything to talk to you, and they also do anything to bring you down. Many of my women out here, you're being stalked by other women. It's a big deal too. Like, they're vicious and weird. So there's this energy that's here. We have to acknowledge it. The remedy to this is you being your authentic self. That's literally the remedy. A copycat cannot be in the same room as an original copy, as an original version, as the prototype. Okay? The doppelganger, the copycat cannot be in your presence. So this is what I'm saying about that divine invitation for you to stand fully in who you are. That's the solution. That's the remedy. If these oppressors came up against, and not saying that this is all your responsibility and you got to be the one to do this, you know what I mean? But if these oppressors came up against women who are rooted in their goddess energy, in their prophetess, their priestess energy, their shaman healer energy, they cannot run up on you. They cannot. Many of us, through, generations we've been oppressed and suppressed. We've had so much trauma that we had to move through. Sometimes we caused it on ourselves just because we just didn't know better, right? And other times it's like I said, a generational thing that we're needing to clear and take responsibility for as being the next one crowned. Um, it's an Like I said, I feel like I keep repeating myself. So this is important for someone to understand. If you don't want to be oppressed and manhandled and decisions made for you, you're going to need to rise as the goddess, healer, priestess, whatever you call yourself. You're going to have to stand in that now, like right now. And I take this message to heart too. Y'all know me. I always take these messages for me first. So I'm like, okay, in my life, I'm seeing ways where I haven't been standing fully in my authenticity because honestly, I didn't even know what the fuck was authentic to me. I had to work through a lot of different things, like many of you, to get to who you authentically are. You had so many people in society and religion and everybody telling you stuff. You had to peel back those layers. So, standing in the authentic self. Maybe sometimes being too much into the astrals that I neglect the physical reality, which I'm good for that, y'all. Okay. And I'm a Pisces moon. Forget about it. Okay. So things like that. Much of my work, if damn near not all of it, is really activating others, inspiring, teaching from what I've experienced myself, teaching from my mistakes. And you're being asked to do the same thing because when you do that, nobody could be you. Really quick, I had a lot of people copy me and my content and my energy like for a long time. And I always thought it was weird, not so much as like, oh, she's copying off of me, but more so like, sis, I actually think you're amazing. Why aren't you showing up as your authentic self? Like, it's weird that you're trying to be me. But that adds to my point. If you do stand loud and strong and proud, nobody can try to be you. If you stand loud and proud and strong, you're automatically saying like, bro, hop up off my clit, bro. Like, get up off me. But because many women aren't really doing that within their own lives and within society, you have a lot of people who are taking advantage of you not being 100% embodied in you. Okay. So that's shit. I think that's the message there. Let me see what else is coming in. And again, as you rise, you're still gonna have people being obsessed with you, but your light, your empire, your work is so big, so strong that it doesn't matter. And now you're making the laws for yourself. You're signing the documents for yourself. I was saying this before, for some of y'all, you already know these laws don't apply to you. When they come out with new laws, you ignore the shit out of them because they don't apply. You don't operate in the same timelines as the rest of the collective. So some of y'all out there are indifferent anyway. I personally, I see both sides. I guess that's my Libra and Mercury in Libra. I see how each side feels whatever they feel. And then I can just take the stance of being indifferent to it. Unless it's a mentee or a client of mine, I am not going to dive into this thing. I'm just not, because I don't want to put my energy in anything that doesn't really it doesn't move me. My particular path is not moved by this. For someone else out there, your path is moved by this, and it could be because your purpose. Maybe you have a purpose in whatever laws are coming out. Okay. Mine is more of like a consciousness, collective type thing, and also the divine feminine. Okay. So I see how, the divine feminine is not so much perturbed by the decisions that have happened because she's fully embodied in herself. She don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you can tell me what you think and I'm going to nod and say wow, and then I'm going to go off and do exactly what the fuck I want to do. That's more divine feminine energy than getting outright pissed about what's happening right now. Okay? So I hope that helps someone. I understand that there are some women who, like I said, are very, very upset and outraged about what's going on. Many of them, well, I guess a few of them do similar work as I do. And yeah, I saw that on social media that a couple of them were like irate and in tears. They're like, this just set us back. And I don't understand that too much because we're in a time where nothing sets us back. There's no such thing right now of being set back in anything. If you believe that you've been set back, then you've been set back. Don't attach yourself. We haven't been, the divine feminine and priestess and goddess, we haven't been set back from shit. If anything, we've been liberated in a way that people, the collective, may not be able to understand. Okay? And again, they keep circling it back to me to tell you, use this as an opportunity to rise. To rise. Many of us have gotten so complacent. Okay? Like, if it never ever rained in your state, would you even buy an umbrella? Like, would you buy one? It never rained. 365, it never rains. So would you buy an umbrella? Most people would be like, no. So you need the rain in order to prepare you for this next level up, right? You would need the umbrella. So use that opportunity. Use this opportunity. If there's no chaos, if there's no pushback, you're just going to sit there and be stagnant. So use this opportunity to your advantage, my brother and my sisters. What is being asked of you? We've all been activated. We're in a season of activation and up-leveling. It's happening whether we want it to or not. So you might as well just surrender to that and see what is required of me right now on my path. And do that. And you could let everybody else become emotionally invested in things that ultimately don't quite matter to you. I find a lot of us are signing up for fights that don't really belong to us. And that's not a selfish thing when right now all that really matters is your purpose and what you're here to do. That's what matters. Because if you're focused on that, you automatically are helping the collective conscious rise and expand. You're automatically doing it. So as for me and my house, honey, is business as usual. The Pussy Portal Temple and Mystery School is literally open right now at the perfect time for people to understand exactly what is going on a soul level, on a consciousness level, on a purpose level. That's why it's here. Because the priestesses who are called to this aren't tripping about that shit. They're like, okay, so what generational cycle am I clearing out now? Okay, I have a skill set. How am I going to apply it now? Okay, I'm meant to be a mother of all. How can I step into motherhood fully? That's what the priestesses and the divine feminine and also the divine masculines, that's the climate we're in. That's our assignment right now. It's not any of this other dumb stuff. And, respectfully, dumb stuff, right? It's not that. Okay. Let me see if anything's coming in. There's also a rise to leadership as well because women need to understand that you create these laws. Law it's a feminine energy in a masculine container, right? Ma'at is a goddess. She's a feminine principle. Law is governed by woman. So isn't that also an invitation for you to rise up? Aren't you supposed to be in power? You see what I'm saying? It all comes back to that. Like, aren't you supposed to be in power now? And I say supposed to lightly because, like I said, we're on our journeys, different times, different levels. It's all in divine order. Aren't you being called to this space? Oh, okay. Well, then let's go. Then let's go. What's up? I feel like that's the space that we're in. So I guess we're segueing into announcements. We're wrapping up this message. The Pussy Portal Temple is open. It's for my priests and for my priestesses who want to be in alignment with their purpose and the divine. We don't really care too much about anything else initially. First off is about you and why you're here. Then we talk about skill sets. Then we talk about talents. Then we talk about desires and all of that stuff. But the number one priority is you and your purpose. I align with a lot of people who have inherited just astonishing spiritual gifts. Your spiritual inheritance is extraordinary. I'm always impressed by y'all. Like, oh shit, you the shit for real, right? Now is the time to get those online. So we practice your magic. I study your birth chart. We do it together. All of that stuff, all the astrology, human design, all of that is within the temple space because it's a temple and a mystery school. Right? And then, like I said, once we deal with you internally, then we bring it out. Okay, so how can you use your spiritual gifts and your skill sets, your talents, your experiences? How can you do that to help the collective consciousness? That's what the temple is about. It's also about ancient practices. Okay? Spiritual practices and foundations. Yes, it is about magic. Yes, because we got that magic. Cut it out. Like, who you playing with? Yes, we have that magic. So that comes into play. Yes, your bloodline, your generation, all of that, legacies, all of that comes into it because it's tied. It's never been separate. And also the money side of it too. In the temple, there's money talks as well, and manifestations and meditations, because the one thing that the Sisters Circle taught me, which I'm so happy I did that, it was like a trial run to an official temple. It taught me that when the priestesses align, when the cosmic wombs, when consciousness aligns together, we're able to manifest in ways that are extraordinary, right? And I made sure I kept all of the receipts from my sister circles and our meditations and, what you all would tell me, your feedback. So I have all the receipts to know these protocols work, these meditations work, this ritual works. When we do this money manifestation, we all get money. We get a new car, a new home, a new job, our business excels. That's who we are. So I've created a container for us to be exactly who we are. That's what it is. Okay? So yes, we go on missionary trips. Yeah, we gonna be in the jungles because that's who we are. Yes, we're gonna be with the indigenous tribes because there's some things that we may not remember and we need to go back to the roots to get it. Yeah, we doing that, y'all. This is real, okay? This is real. And I connected with other priestesses who have been doing this. Okay, I don't want to name drop because y'all know I'm really particular about dropping names, but there's one sis, she has her temple right now. Okay, I read the newsletter. I was crying like it was me, like, because it is me. Because it is me. She is me. She is us. So she has her temple because she answered the call. We have our own because we answered the call. And it's going to get bigger and better from there. And it's going to be rooted in something substantial. Unconditional love, divine consciousness, bringing in the ancient principles, bringing them back because that's what's being asked of us. Not because we want that old thing back. Not just that. It's because that's what's being asked of us. And if we don't do it, You have a lot of chaos happening within our own life and within the world, as you can clearly see. Okay. So I will wrap up this live stream by saying, my loves, if you resonate with any part of this message, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, go to my website and check out our temple, the Pussy Portal Temple. It is open for my brothers as well, my priests as well. I've been blessed enough to align with some powerful men on my journey. Okay? You are required, okay? You will present yourself to me, all right? Maybe I should start talking like that, right? Get shit done. You are to present yourself at the Pussy Portal Temple, sir, ma'am. Okay? If you align with me in this message, present yourself, check it out. If your guidance tells you to fill out the application, do so. Okay? And we're going to move from there. I will hop on a call with you. We'll talk about it because I want to get to know you. That's the other thing I want to say really quick. I don't just want you in the temple because I need some fans. Okay? With all due respect, I don't need any fans. I don't need any followers. I don't need any yes men. I don't want that. I really want people who feel that their purpose is to operate in this space. I want people who feel that they're also meant to have their own temples, ministries, communities, schools, organizations. That's who I want in my temple. Okay? To be clear, because I feel like some people, some people come with questions and I welcome your questions, but I want to be clear for me. That's another thing that the Sister Circle showed me, exactly what was being asked of me and what I wanted on my path and all of that stuff. Okay? And that's not disrespecting anybody. That's just, to be clear with you all, to keep it a buck with you. So now I know. I really just want to deal with these cosmic healers out here on different levels. Some of y'all are more elevated. Some of y'all know way more than me. Some of y'all are just kind of getting started, but you know what you know the call. You got to come through, boo. You're necessary right now. This is important. You could see and look in our collective how important this is. I've been spitting this same message for 5 years. Come through. It's time. All right. So I love y'all. To the authors who are writing, the next anthology with me, Crowned, y'all, we have until the end of this month to get everything together. We allowed more time for more potential authors to come in as well. Y'all know I was doing a lot of traveling and work stuff going on. So it's perfect timing. We're going to flow. No, we're not in a rush. This is not a competition. I want, as I've gotten older and walked further on this journey, I really just want to be intentional about who I work with and what I do, what I'm creating. So a lot of times that whole process takes time, and I'm surrendering to that. Okay, so let's all surrender to it. I know those sisters who filled out the application. I'm sure you're probably like, what's going on? Even though I did email y'all a little while ago, but just updates on that, okay? And those who have not applied to write this next book with me, please check it out. All of that should be linked in the description. I'll make sure it is. Let's write this book. We say that a lot. A lot of y'all are meant to heal generational cycles through speaking, through saying, through telling. Some of y'all got a story to tell. Maybe you're meant to be in this anthology I'm writing. Okay, so check out the book project. All right, my loves, I'm a skedaddle. I'll see y'all next time. I hope to be on again this week. And I do want to schedule some rooms on Clubhouse. So, stay next to me. Check out the community board. I typically post in the community board what else I got going on. All right. I love y'all very much. Have an amazing day. Peace and love.